Hey, welcome to The Explainer. We're all about taking big, complex topics and breaking them down into simple, actionable guides. And today, we're talking about the entrepreneur's journey. We're going to give you the essential roadmap every new business owner needs, from that first spark of an idea all the way to building a real sustainable company.
Yeah, this quote, this feeling is so real for so many new entrepreneurs. You have that amazing first day, the excitement is through the roof, and then you're just staring at a pile of receipts on a table thinking, now what? It's that moment of pure overwhelm. But hey, don't worry, that's exactly why we're here today. We're going to give you a clear roadmap to get you from that exact moment forward.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to walk through 5 key stages, and they all build on each other. First, we'll talk about getting your head in the game, the entrepreneurial spark. Then, we'll get into crafting your blueprint, your business plan. After that, it's all about the daily grind, building your operating system. From there, we'll focus on the customer experience. And finally, we'll tackle the numbers, the part that actually keeps the lights on. Let's do this.
Okay, Section 1. Find your entrepreneurial spark. You know, it all starts with a problem. Seriously, every great business, when you boil it all down, is about solving a problem for someone. It's about finding a real pain point and saying, hey, I can fix that. This mindset, it's the absolute foundation for success, way before you ever think about a cool logo or a fancy website.
So this is a super important distinction to make. On the one hand, you've got skills, right? Stuff you can learn, like finance, marketing, how to negotiate. You can go to a class for that. But on the other side, you've got these essential traits, things that are kind of baked into your character. We're talking about resilience, self-awareness, empathy. And what we find is that the most successful founders, they really have this stuff in their DNA.
So let's get real about what these traits actually look like. First, you've got resilience. This is just that grit to push through the hard times. Think about the Airbnb guys starting during the 2008 financial crisis. Then there's self-awareness. This is knowing what you're passionate about, like Howard Schultz knew he wanted Starbucks to be a third place, a community spot. Empathy, that's your superpower for connecting with customers and your team. It's the secret sauce behind people like Danny Meyer. And finally, you've got to be willing to experiment, to try things and not be terrified of failure. You get these traits right, and you've built a rock-solid foundation for everything else.
All right, so once you've got that mindset dialed in, it's time to craft your business blueprint. This is your roadmap to success. Think of your business plan as a GPS for your company. It's that single document that's going to guide all your big decisions and make sure you don't get lost along the way. Now, writing a business plan used to be this massive, scary thing that could take you weeks, maybe even months. But here's the good news. We live in the future. Tools like ChatGPT can totally change the game. You can use AI as your personal assistant to do market analysis, brainstorm marketing strategies, even help you build out financial projections. The key, though, and this is super important, is that last step. You've got to refine and fact-check everything the AI spits out. It's a tool, not the final boss.
And look, here's where the real magic comes in. It's all about the prompt. If you ask a lazy, generic question, you're going to get a lazy, generic answer. But if you get specific, like this prompt here, suggest marketing and sales strategies to reach eco-conscious millennials for my plant-based bakery products. Bam! Now you're getting real, actionable ideas you can actually put into your plan. This is how you use AI to save a ton of time and end up with a way better plan.
Okay, plan's done. Now we got to move from paper to reality. Let's talk about building your operating system, because a great plan is frankly useless if you don't have a system to execute it every single day. This is all about the power of daily systems, the little habits and procedures that make your business run like a well-oiled machine.
So what is a business operating system? Just think of it like the engine inside your business. It's not about big, flashy gestures. It's a complete system of checklists and procedures that make sure things are done right, consistently, every day. I mean, airline pilots use these, top hotel managers use these. It's a proven way to make quality and excellence just the default way you do things.
And you know what the most powerful tool in this whole system is? It's a simple checklist. I know, it sounds almost too basic, right? But trust me, checklists are the secret weapon. They guarantee that the small but totally critical details never ever get missed. It's how you create that amazing, consistent experience for everyone.
And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. See? It's not rocket science. It's a simple daily checklist for a retail store. 9:45 a.m., turn on lights and music. 6:15 p.m., lock the door, set the alarm. This ensures that every single key task gets done correctly every single time, no matter who's working that day. This is how you build a professional operation from the ground up.
All right, your internal systems are running like clockwork.
Now it's time to turn our attention outward, to your customers. We're going to talk about designing the customer experience, because it's about so much more than just the product or service you're selling. It's about how you make people feel.
So let me ask you this. What is your oyster? And no, I'm not talking about seafood. The oyster is the entire sensory experience of your business. It's everything a customer sees, hears, smells, and feels from the second they walk in the door. The biggest brands, like Starbucks, they are masters of the oyster. They've designed that feeling down to a science.
And your oyster is really built on 4 key elements. First, music. It sets the whole energy of the place. Then, lighting. It should be warm, it should be dimmable, it creates the mood. Third, cleanliness. This is non-negotiable, folks. A clean space tells your customers you care. And finally, the stage setting. This is your overall theme. Are you a slam poetry coffee house or a wilderness fly fishing outfitter? When all these things work together, they create this subconscious vibe that makes people feel comfortable and just want to come back.
Okay, last section, and it's a big one, mastering your business numbers. Now, for a lot of people, this is the scary part, right? All the spreadsheets and the math. But don't worry, we're going to take the fear out of it by focusing on just a handful of key numbers that actually drive like 80% of your results.
And this all starts with a concept you've probably heard of, the 80-20 principle. It's so important in business. The basic idea is that 80% of your profits are probably going to come from just 20% of your efforts. Your job is to figure out what that vital 20% is and then pour all your focus and energy right there.
So how do you actually do that? How do you focus on what really matters? You use a scoreboard, and not a monthly one, a daily one. This is a game changer. It takes managing your finances from this reactive thing you dread at the end of the month to a proactive daily habit. It puts you in the driver's seat of your business every single day.
And just look how simple but powerful this is. In one glance, you know exactly where you stand. Are your sales hitting their daily target? Are your food costs under control? How's your labor looking? Let's say you see that labor bank number in the red for 2 or 3 days straight. That's your signal to adjust the schedule right now, not 3 weeks from now when you finally get a report from your accountant. It's about making smart decisions in real time.
And last up on the money front, let's talk about funding real quick. You've basically got 2 main paths. You can bootstrap it. That means using your own savings, like Sarah Blakely did with $5,000 to start Spanx. The huge plus, you keep 100% ownership. The other path is venture capital. This is for those big, high-growth ideas. VCs give you a ton of cash to scale fast, but in exchange, they take a chunk of ownership and get a say in how things are run. Knowing which path is right for you is a huge part of your financial plan.
So, there you have it. That's the roadmap. From finding that entrepreneurial spark and building your blueprints, to creating daily systems, designing an incredible customer experience, and finally, mastering your numbers. This 5-stage framework is your foundation. A solid, repeatable plan for building a business that lasts.
So what's the bottom line? You have the roadmap. That journey, from that overwhelming moment staring at a pile of cash on a table to actually running a thriving business, it all starts with one small step. So the only question left to ask is, what's the first step you're going to take today?